A very good morning, everyone. It is a pleasure to inform you that the Indian Institute of Architects is initiating the Young Architect of the Year award for each chapter to exceptional young architects who are associated with the IIA. Before we start today's event, we will have a short glimpse of the awardees to start with.
Hello everyone, this is architect KP Singh. I am practicing in Chandigarh and Mohali region in Punjab. I graduated in BArch from Guru Nanak Dev University Amritsar in 2009 and I am practicing since 2012 by the name of Engrace Architects, and we are doing a number of private residences, commercial and industrial projects as well. So today I am going to present you with two of my residential projects. One is Captain's Villa and other is Cobb's Ombre. So I am also thankful to the IIA and the sponsors for organizing this event and giving us a chance to present our projects. Thank you so much.
The Himalayan Village Resort is near Kasol, next to Kanwar Sanctuary in the beautiful Parvati Valley, Tapabhumi of Shiv Shambhu in Himachal Pradesh. The valley with its rivers, thick forests, mountain passes, snow peaks, has rich flora and fauna. The resort has thick Devdar forest on 3 of its sides and river Parvati flowing past it. With the backdrop of snow peaks, makes it a perfect location. Traditionally, every village in Kullu has its own deity. So does the Himalayan village, with a temple dedicated to Lord Shiva. The resort is eco-friendly, built in old traditional architecture called Katkunia. 18-inch thick walls made by dry stacking of stone and wood with no cement used. The interiors make for a perfect blend with mud plastered walls decorated with hand-done rangolis made with organic colors.
Hello everyone, I am architect Apurva Bose-Datta, an author and architectural journalist from Bengaluru. I firmly believe that all of us have a calling in life. My calling was architectural writing, journalism, criticism, curation and communications that I pursued to contribute to the subject and profession of architecture and design. For me, the journey from being an architect to a full-time architectural writer within 2 months of graduating from the Chandigarh College of Architecture in 2005 wasn't easy. It was the journey of rising above the barriers and taking up a profession that hadn't been explored enough in India before. Rising above preconceived notions that every person with a 5-year degree in architecture has to practice architecture, and growing and showing the perseverance to take up a field that I wanted to and believed in. Given that the subject isn't mainstream and back in 2005 there was limited knowledge on the same, my journey has included a lot of research, explorations, interactions with global academicians and writers to understand the scope of the subject and continuous practical and theoretical self-learning. My journey in architectural writing and architectural journalism and curation has allowed me to accumulate knowledge on diverse aspects of architecture and design by studying varied perceptions surrounding them. It has also given me the platform to interact, learn, and exchange thoughts with respected names in architecture and media globally. A journey that started as writing on architects' projects has evolved into discussing architecture and its impact and discovering the missing language connecting architects, designers, cities, authorities, and the masses. There has also been the shouldering of the primary responsibility of advocating the subject in India at all scales. This has been achieved by delivering orations in person and at digital platforms, at academic and professional dais, constantly writing and speaking about the subject through various communication channels, and offering training to interested architectural design writers. Witnessing the way architectural writing has flourished over time, today I look back at this stimulating journey with immense gratitude and happiness. For me, this journey itself has been the reward. 16 years ago, Indian society was different. The society was not accepting of alternative careers. For me, the future must be a time when there would be no need to talk about alternative careers because many of them, including architectural writing, would have become mainstream. My vision remains to contribute, communicating and discussing architecture design worldwide and contributing to making architecture writing and critiquing mainstream in India.
architecture in itself is a paradigm of various self-disciplines and hard work. To me, this is a faith, and my ambitious efforts every day is a challenge for me. I keep thinking every moment, every day of designs and plannings. I believe challenges due to constraints in space and requirements lead to development of design and ultimately culminate into innovations in architecture. The journey into architecture of over a decade has spanned with various types of projects, including residential, institutional, commercial, industrial, and interiors. It is utterly satisfying to be an active participant of the fraternity of architects. Presently, I am an executive member, IIA Rajasthan chapter. I have actively participated and was a member of the organizing committee of Arcasia 2007 held at Jaipur. Have also attended Arcasia 2018 at Tokyo. I am happy to share that I was awarded the Certificate of Merit at NetCon 2017 in Bhubaneswar. I am a regular participant of IIAPL since last 7 years. I am extremely thankful to IIA for initiating this award, which is certainly encouraging the young architects in their endeavors. Also would like to extend my gratitude to Chairman IIA Rajasthan chapter for nomination to this award.
One of the biggest challenges of starting my own business was getting over the fear of believing that I had what it takes to start a business at the age of 26. Once I got over that, or maybe I didn't get over that, but I decided to go ahead anyway, was that there was no budget, and guess what? There was no client either. And hence, I decided that I would become my own first client. I had to renovate my old ancestral home on an absolute shoestring budget. We came up with ways to reuse, reduce, renovate, made old doors, windows, reuse saris as cushion covers. A lot of calendar art that I really liked became art on the wall, and voila, we had a home that really looked very pretty. And before I even finished this, we had people who came and saw the place, and I had my next project, which was another renovation project. And so what began with just me, a one-woman army, we've grown to a team of 30 architects today across multiple cities in India. One of the other major challenges that we had to deal with was the lack of any legal system in place in India. So most projects, small in scale till date, do not have any written contract, no agreement in place, and hence a lot of it is just in good faith. Hence collecting money, which was rightfully mine, was a big challenge. I was extremely inhibited to ask to begin with, and then to fight for the last 10% like it never even belonged to you. From then to today, we have a lot of systems in place, a lot of legal agreements that we make the clients sign to just make sure that we get what is rightfully ours. When we got started on our citizen-led movement, I think to break the mindset of the people and get people to come out on the streets was a big challenge. It took us many pizzas and lots of enthusiastic volunteers to come out on the streets and get the whole movement rolling. Given our zeal for design and build, we have gone and built sites, resorts which are in no man's land, approached the site by the beach, actually taken boards, transported material. It hasn't been easy, but the net product has always been a happy thing to look forward to. I think as women, we are constantly competing with ourselves. We want to get it all right, get the family in place, cook for the children, be with the children, and it's not really possible when you run the business. So I think it's been a lot of learning and understanding that you have to trust the ecosystem around you. Start having people who share your vision. And I don't think any of this would have been possible but for the support of my family and my staff.